Something strange happens to a lot of officers around 2 to 5 years after the academy. The workouts stop working, the weight slowly creeps up, and eventually you look in the mirror and realize you're in the worse shape than before you even got hired, even though the job is more stressful and more demanding than ever. And most people assume the reason is simple: laziness, lack of discipline, or getting comfortable. But that's actually not what's happening. What you're seeing is a predictable biological response to how this job changes your sleep, your stress hormones, and your daily rhythm as a human being. In other words, this job is quietly reprogramming your metabolism. The human body is built around a circadian rhythm, a 24-hour cycle controlled mostly by sunlight and consistent sleep. Law enforcement schedules completely break that system. Rotating shifts, night shift, court days, overtime, late calls right before the end of shift. Your body never gets a stable pattern long enough to adapt. And the problem is, the body doesn't interpret this as a weird schedule and interprets it as a survival solution. When you work nights, your brain is awake, and when it's supposed to be producing melatonin, the hormone that controls recovery and deep sleep. So instead of restorative sleep, you get fragmented sleep. You wake up often, you never fully enter deep recovery cycles, and even if you sleep 7 hours during the day, your body does not treat it as 7 hours. It treats it to closer to 3 to 4. Now here's where the weight gain starts. Poor sleep increases cortisol. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. It keeps you alert and ready for danger. The body assumes we are under constant threat. And when your body believes survival is uncertain, it stores energy instead of burning it. That means fat storage increases and fat burning decreases, even if your activity level hasn't changed. Lack of proper sleep also changes two important hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin controls hunger, leptin controls fullness. Sleep deprivation raises ghrelin and lowers leptin, which means you feel hungry more often and satisfied less often. That's why so many officers find themselves craving high-calorie foods late at night. So like gas station food, fast food, energy drinks, sugar, and also snacks when you're doing your reports. It isn't weak willpower. Your body is trying to stay awake and survive the shift. The academy gives a false expectation. During the academy, your life is structured. You have scheduled PT, you sleep at normal hours, and also you eat at regular hours. Your body is operating on a stable rhythm, so fat loss is easy and workouts feel effective. Then, real patrol begins. Now you're sitting in your car for hours, adrenaline spikes during calls, paperwork late into the shift, and meals whenever you can find time, not when your body needs them. The structure disappears, but your workout habits stay the same. And suddenly the same training that worked in the academy stops working. Law enforcement is not constant physical activity. It's long periods of stillness interrupted by sudden high-intensity stress. During a call, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol together. Your heart rate spikes, blood sugar spikes, your brain goes into alert mode. But here's the problem. There's no physical release afterwards. Historically, humans would fight or run. Instead, officers often go right back into sitting in the patrol car with elevated stress hormones still circulating. Over time, the body adapts by keeping cortisol slightly elevated at all times. Chronically elevated cortisol makes the body store fat, especially around the abdomen. Now, most officers respond by doing more cardio or drastically cutting their calories. but under chronic stress and sleep disruption, that often makes things worse. Hard training adds more stress to the body that already believes it's under constant threat. The metabolism slows further, recovery gets worse, and injuries increase. So often, the officer trains harder, sees fewer results, and eventually just assumes the problem is personal discipline. The solution is not extreme workouts. It's stabilizing the biological signals your body uses to determine safety and recovery. Small things matter more than big things. Consistent sleep anchor times, light exposure after waking, strength training instead of excessive cardio, meal timing based on shifts instead of the clock. When the body senses predictability again, metabolism improves even without drastic dieting. So if you noticed weight gain during your career, understand this. It's not a motivation problem. It's not a discipline problem. It's a biological adaptation to a job that was never designed around human physiology. And the officers who stay healthiest long term are usually the ones who learn how to work with the job's demands instead of fighting them. I put together a course to be able to go step by step on how to fix sleep, fatigue, and weight gain while working shift schedules. If you want it, it's in the description, or you can reach out to me personally. Thank you for your time and stay safe.